Welcome dear students, and now already we have completed one of the important topics in your mathematics subject, that is polynomials. I will finished all the topics we have covered, and you go through that what we have completed. Once you go through all the videos what we have discussed and practice properly, then you can expect good score in your coming examinations. And now let us start a new topic, statistics. What is statistics? And today in our class let us discuss about the introduction of statistics. What is the meaning of statistics and what are the areas covered in statistics? Who introduced statistics first? Let us see. Actually, in olden days, once upon a time, at the time of kings, they used to count their animals like horses, elephants, all their elephants and horses. They used to count that animals. So they started counting first at the time of kingdoms, at the time of the kings who ruled the kingdoms. And in such time of in ancient times, they used to start counting, and they distributed animals, types of animals, how many are there, and types of soldiers, how many are there, and types of different things like weapons. So all these they did all the types of these things, classification. First they counted, thereafter they classified into animals, weapons, like that. So in the same manner, so first of all, the Sir Ronald A. Fisher, Sir Ronald A. Fisher, Sir Ronald A. Fisher, he introduced main concept of statistics first. Therefore, he is known as father of statistics. Who is the father of statistics? Sir Ronald A. Fisher, because the main concepts of statistics mostly were introduced by this mathematician Sir Ronald A. Fisher. Therefore, he is known as father of statistics. And coming to the subject statistics, the concept, it is one of the important branches of mathematics. Nowadays, in most of the areas means like sports, like economy, and in different fields, they are using statistics. The concept of statistics they are using in most of the areas in our daily life. You can see, if you see news channels, they give some graphs. The rupee, dollar, they compare the rupee and dollar in the mode of graphs, in the form of graphs. So everywhere we are using statistics, the knowledge of statistics in almost all areas. And now first of all, the word statistics was derived first from Latin word staticum or status. Statisticum or status. This is the statistics word derived from Latin word, that is status. And next, from Italian word statista. Statistics word was derived Latin word status and Italian word statista, and also German word statistic. But what is the meaning? What is the meaning of statistics? So all these words, they give only one meaning, that is collection and classification of data. Collection and classification of data. Just now I have told you about the kingdom animals. They used to count the animals, weapons, and the soldiers. So the collection of the data and the classification of the data. So this all we can say that is called statistics. So finally we can understand that, my dear student, statistics is nothing but the collection of information. The collection of information, and that information is called data, and the data will be classified into different types. So this is called statistics. Next, what is information? What is the data? First of all, let us discuss about data first. Yes, what is data actually? Data is nothing but the collection of information. You want to prepare a project, you want to make a survey, you want to take a project or survey on particular thing, then we will collect the information first. We will collect the information. The information what we are collecting is called data. That is called data. Collection of information is called data. And there are two types of data. What are the types of data? First of all, there is a primary data. What is primary data? So the primary data is nothing but if a person is collecting, investigating, the person will go and he will survey, he will find out the things, he will find out the number of things, and he will investigate. If the person investigate and if he collects the information, that information is called primary data. Primary data is collecting by a person individually, by himself, by his investigation. So that is called primary data. And secondly, secondary data. What is secondary data? Secondary data is nothing but we collect the information already from recorded books or recorded things, anything, recorded videos or from recorded books or recorded information. If you take the information from recorded information, recorded things, then that is called secondary data. Secondary data means he will not find out, he will collect the information. So already the information was collected, from that recorded information he will choose, he will take some information what he requires. So that is called secondary data. Data is nothing but collection of information, and there are two types of data, primary data and secondary data. Primary data, the person himself investigate and he will get the information, he will collect the information. And secondary data means the data which is already collected and recorded, so from that we will take, so that is called secondary data. Okay. And coming to next concept is range. What is range? Actually, this word we are going to use in our topics, in statistics topic. In your 8th, 9th and 10th classes also, we use this concept. We use this word. What is range? Already you have learnt in your previous classes. Range means, first of all, we collect the information. Okay, right? But how the information? The information will be in numerical form. The information will be taken in three forms. What is that? The data is in three forms. One is in numerical form, and secondly verbal form, and thirdly graphical form. Yes, we will collect the information, that is called data, but that data is in the form of, it is in three types. So in three forms we get the information. That may be in numerical form, like census. Census means how many children are there below 5 years. That will collect in, that will express in numerical form. The data will be expressed in numerical form. So numerical form. The data will be collected in verbal form. Yes, and the data will be collected in graphical form, using graphs, curves, like that. You can see when cricket match is going on, you can observe in the middle of the matches they give scores. They compare both the teams' scores. Like graph will go like this and like this. So that is called graphical form. Yes. The three types of information they will collect. And what is range? Now the point is a range. A range is nothing but we'll collect the information in three types. Numerical form. In numerical form, we will collect the information, the data. The data will be represented in numerical form. So that numbers are called observations. What do we call that? Observations. They are called observations. we will collect the information. In the information is representing in numbers form, numerical form. In the numbers are called observations. Observation. For example, in your class, in the first assignment or in first formative assessment or in your first internal examination, in mathematics, the 10 students marks are like this. Out of 20 marks, they have got, out of 20, I'm taking 10 student marks. The marks is highest, the maximum marks is 20. Out of 20, the students are getting marks like this. Some 10, 14, 12, 20, 18, 16, isn't it? And 12, 19, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So these are the 10 students' marks. Now these marks are represented in numerical form. Yes, we know that. And what is observation? These are called observation. These are called observation. This information is called observation. Every information, all marks, this mark, it is an observation. It is an observation. In these observations, if you want to find the range of this observation, first of all, range is nothing but the difference of highest and lowest observation. What is range? Range means difference. That is the difference of highest and lowest observation. Highest and lowest, or greatest and smallest observation. The difference between the greatest and smallest observation is called range. For example, in this data, we have collected 10 students' data in a mathematics examination. One of the internal examinations, marks of 10 students are taken. Now we are finding a range. Then you can understand the concept of range. That's why I am taking one example. Now range means difference of the highest and lowest. In this, what is the highest observation? 20. Difference, subtraction. And lowest, here what is the lowest? 10. And the difference is 10. Means now the range of this data, is 10 marks. What is the range of this data? 10 marks. So in the same manner, so now why? Because we are going to use this concept, the range concept, in coming exam, in coming topics. That's why I am explaining. This is called a range. Okay. And now let's go to what is grouped data. What is grouped data and ungrouped data? Let us see. Yes, what is ungrouped data? Means we will collect the information. That is called raw data. What do we call that? Raw data. In raw data, the data is not, it has not been classified. It has not been classified. If it is not classified, the data what you have collected, the whole data, direct actual observation what you have taken, the data is called ungrouped data. Just now I have taken a data. What is that ungrouped data? I have taken 10 students internal marks in mathematics subject out of 20 marks. I have taken, just now we have done a small example problem. That is called, that is raw data. We have not classified. Have we classified 0 to 10 marks how many members and 10 to 20 marks how many? Not like that. Directly we have taken the information. Directly that actual observation. That is actual observation which is called raw data. The raw data is called ungrouped data. Yes. And next coming to grouped data. What is grouped data? Then grouped data means we will collect the information that is called raw data. If raw data is classified, if it is classified into groups like serial number, range, frequency, class interval. Like this, if you arrange the given raw data in the form of tabular form, if the raw data is taken in the tabular form, serial number, frequency, or class interval frequency, or frequency. So this type of data, the raw data which is taken in tabular form is called grouped data. In the word itself, the meaning is there. Grouped data. The data is grouped in the form of table. Ungrouped data, it is not classified exactly. Actual observation we are going to take. That is called ungrouped data. This is called grouped data. So these are some concepts of statistics. And if you understand this concept, then we can easily solve the coming exercise problem. And let us continue some more topics. Now, in our topic, in this chapter statistics, we are going to discuss about the three concepts. They are arithmetic mean, that is AM, and secondly median, and thirdly mode. So we are going to discuss these three concepts in our chapter. These three are called arithmetic mean, median, and mode are called measures of central tendency. These are called measures of central tendency. So these three are called measures of central tendency: mean, median, and mode. Mean, median, and mode, we have two types again: grouped data, arithmetic mean; ungrouped data, arithmetic mean; and median in grouped data, arithmetic mean, median, and ungrouped data, median. Even mode also we are going to discuss in grouped data, and also we are going to discuss in ungrouped data. Total 6 concepts we are going to discuss in this chapter, and afterwards we see the graphs, curves. So what we are going to discuss, the curves and everything, well, that we will see in the coming classes. And particularly we are going to cover the mainly arithmetic mean, median, mode. So these are called measures of central tendency. That's it.